This meeting is being recorded.
Yes, good evening everyone. Sir, now DJANGO was completed. Next one is DJANGO REST framework. DJANGO REST framework. General REST API. What is that REST API or API? DJANGO REST. I will tell these terminologies. First of all, what is the prerequisite for this REST framework means? Python plus Django. Without any Python Django, we are not able to continue this REST API. But already here everyone completed your Python classes and you are all the DJANGO professionals. Yes or no? Na? Yes, my students always professionals. So, what is this Django REST framework means? Most of the people don't know about this REST API. It is very small course only, but very most powerful, important. Hardly 1 week, 10 days. If you want to extend, you can take 15 days, 20 days also classes, but very small course only here. In our CRUD operations, CRUD, create, retrieve, update, delete, same here also 5 methods are there. Get any, post, put, patch, delete. Entire REST API rotated these 5 words only. Get, put, patch, delete and post. These 5 methods. Course is very small course, but very, very important. Without REST API, if you know only DJANGO, what is the difference between REST and without REST? Suppose a person will be there. Okay. This is the person. He know only Django. Another person will be there. This person knows about the both DJANGO and REST API. That is the power of REST API. What is the difference of first person, second person? First person without hands and legs. Only DJANGO handicapped. Second one with legs and hands are there. Means he is having the REST API knowledge. So that is the power of REST API power. So in entire this one, so many people are using REST API. There is one more word is there API. Actually here 5 terminologies are there. If you know about these 5 terminologies, your REST API course completed. Yesterday we discussed first of all Git and GitHub and instead of that first 3 words version control system, remote hosting server, deployment. In these 3 steps only deployment and same here also 5 terminologies are there. If you know, you can tell what about these 5 terminologies. First word API. What is API? Web API. or some people are calling in Java people web services. Yes, yeah. What is REST? What is REST API? Some people are calling RESTful APIs. Some people call it as same RESTful web services. Fifth one, this word, DJANGO REST framework. If we know differences of these five, our course is completed. First of all, API. Sir, what is the full form of API? Everyone knows about that. Application Programming Interface. Okay. Generally, what is the meaning of API? Application Programming Interface. Abbreviation, everybody knows about that. Sorry, for your satisfaction purpose, application programming interface. What is the use of this API? That is the full form. API full form is application programming interface. What is the purpose? Suppose there are two people are there. They want to communicate. How they are communicating? Hmm? Suppose you both people are there. How you are communicating? One language. Hi bro. Abbo. అంత 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 పాష్ వద్దులే మామూలుగా చాలు. So if you want to communication between you, one language is required, not required. అది తెలుగు, హిందీనో, ఇంగ్లీష్, something is required, one interface. That language is nothing but API. One API is between two persons communicating or two applications. For example, what is exact API means? Sir, nowadays ante we have all the touch phones, gitch phones came. Okay. In olden days, that is the phone. In that phone, still in some, in your fathers and grandfathers, they don't have a touch gitch, all these things. Simple, they are using this type of phone. They know only two things, erra button, pacha button. Only these two only. If call is coming, green button. If completed, red button. Okay. Suppose in this phone, for example, you give this phone to your grandfather, grandmother. ఇదిగోండి ఇది ఉంది కదా, ఇది కీప్యాడ్. Remove this keypad, give the mobile. Is it useful? No use. What is that keypad? That keypad is nothing but one API, application program. Because in the Samsung phone, there are so many functionalities are there. Ante call connector, disconnector, message, dialing numbers. If a keypad removes, if I'm giving the mobile, anyone can use the functionality? No. End user, you, Samsung mobile, both are communicating by using that keypad only. So that keypad is nothing but one of API. For example, if you go to the ATM, okay, once you entering to the ATM center, this ATM having the multiple functionalities internally. There are so many functionalities are there. Deposit ani, withdraw ani, balance inquiry ani, main menu, change password, open new account, this, that, everything. Every button having the some functionality. All buttons. Okay. ATM internally contains one software. That software contains functionalities. One end user entering into the ATM center, functionality, everything is working. But by mistake, unfortunately, this GUI screen is not working properly and it's not visible. Buttons are there. In button opposite withdraw or deposit or mini statement, exit, it is not clearly visible. Can we operate it? No. The GUI screen is one API. Samsung mobile keypad API. If you are communicating one language required, that is one API. So API is nothing but the main objective of API is to provide communication between the two applications. The application may be users, the application may be user and application, anything. Two applications can communicate provided is called as API. Language. So what is API means? The main objective of API is two applications can communicate with each other. API allows external agent to communicate, means integrate and exchange information with our application. That is the meaning of API. Methods of communication between software components. That is nothing but API first terminology. The API should be anything. Samsung mobile keypad, ATM center GUI functionality, anything. Internally, one application is there. By using GUI, end user accessing that application. So that GUI is one API. Sir, for example, up to now, in the DJANGO, we implemented some applications. Suppose there is one application is there, Django application. It is implemented by Django app developer. Up to now, who are using my application? Only end user. As end user, you are sending request, my application sending the response. Up to now, fine chalta. For example, tomorrow my application can be wants to access by Java application or some mobile app. Is it possible? No chance. Java code is the different, Django code is the different. If Java application, if it is sending request to Django, sorry boss. Suppose you have any doubt is there in the subject, you can ask in Tamil. Can I give the response? No. And if you can ask in Telugu or in English, I can give response because you both are not mismatched. Idemo Java language, that is the DJANGO. Communication not possible. But end user can communicate and getting the response. In future, my application can be accessed by Java or mobile or SAP or Python or any other one. No chance. That's why only DJANGO can access by end user. Now, being a programmer, I have to implemented one API. Who is implemented this one? API developer, not Django developer. Because of this API, anyone can communicate with my application. Java application, mobile application, anyone can access the application. That is the advantage. That is the main beautiness of the APIs. Any programming, anywhere, API calls are very, very important. Without that API, other applications not able to access my application. That is the power of API. Any application can communicate with my Django application because of this. If it is not there, only this person can access. Then no one can use my app. If anyone can use it, 99% can use my application. That is the meaning of APIs. By using API, a Java application can communicate with Python application. That I will show how to communicate and how to implement APIs. Adi first one. Interface of communication between the user and application is nothing but API. The user may be human being or maybe Android or desktop, Python, Java, SAP, .NET, anyone the user may be, not only end user. The user can be human being or an Android app or any desktop app or Java, .NET, SAP, any application can access my application. Are you Tamil or Telugu? I am from Kannada. I am Kannadiga. I am also Kannadiga anta. Acham. Good to know that you are Kannadiga. Concentrate on REST API. Sir, second. First word, that is API. Sir, what is the second word? Web API. Name itself indicating. Java people are calling web services. Both are same. Yeah, I will give all interview questions. Okay. Today evening in the Google Classroom, I will share all the Django interview questions and Django PDF material I will provided. Yesterday I forgot about those things. Okay. Sir, what is Web API? The API which can be implemented through web is called as Web API. Simple. You are booking some tickets in the Book My Show. Google.co.in. Book My Show and Google into Book My Show. I want to book the some ticket. వస్తున్నాం సంక్రాంతికి సంక్రాంతికి వస్తున్నాం. So at the time of booking of the ticket, అన్ని full. Sir, now బుక్ అయిపోవాలంట, భలే ఉంటుంది. ఏది సార్? ఇప్పుడు వన్ విండో ఈజ్ ఓపెన్. వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ విండో? ఇవి ఇక్కడ ఉన్నాయి కదా కింద. ఈజ్ ఇట్ బుక్ మై షో అప్లికేషన్ దట్ డిఫరెంట్? వన్స్ ఐ సెండ్ మనీ, మనకి దీనికి మధ్యలో ఒక పేమెంట్ గేట్వే ఇస్ దేర్. ఏదో రూపే అని, రోజర్ పే అని, సంథింగ్ పేమెంట్ గేట్వేస్ ఆర్ దేర్. సో యాక్చువల్గా బుక్ మై షో అప్లికేషన్ ఇస్ దట్ డిఫరెంట్. End user, I'm booking the ticket. Middle one, payment gateway is there. That payment gateway is nothing but web API. The payment gateways are not there, not possible to book the tickets. So that is called as web API. A API which can be implemented through web, such type of APIs are called as web API. Just example, book my show and payment gateway. The interface of communication between the user and application. So I am the user, Book My Show is the app, middle one payment gateway is there. That payment gateway is web API. Web APIs. Java application can communicate with our DJANGO application. Middle compulsory one API is required. That API is nothing but web API. Because of this web API, both are communicating. Otherwise, no. Book My Show application can communicate with payment gateway application to complete our booking. Sir, sometimes some applications if we want to log in, sometimes that type of application ఇదిగోండి. Here, if you want to log in with your mobile number, okay, otherwise something it is what it is, Google, Facebook through it is asking. Book My Show is the different. I am the end user, but it is asking Google account or Facebook. By using this Facebook or Google authentication, I have to connected. This is also one of the web API. So whenever end user interacted with application, one API is required. Such a type of API implemented in the web, HTTP web API. Third, REST. REST API, మళ్ళీ DJANGO REST framework. What is the REST? REST full form is representational state transfer. అది full form of REST. Representational state transfer. Sir, if you want to develop any software in your engineering subjects, there is one life cycle is there. What it is? SDLC, software development life cycle. What they are telling, they have to give some 6 pages and how to develop software. They have to give some rules. Babu, first you have to gather requirements from the client. After that analysis, design, coding, testing, release and maintenance. They are given some rules only. But based on these rules, there are n number of models are there. Yes or no? No. Just they are given some rules. This is the rules to develop the software. Based on that, 9 no models ఉన్నాయి. Like waterfall model, prototype model, incremental model, spiral model, RAD model, Big Bang model, V model, fish model. Nowadays everyone using Agile, famous one. But SDLC is one architecture. Based on this, companies are using different styles. Waterfall and prototype incremental, same like that. REST is a one architectural style. It defines some rules. Ante they are given some rules. Babu, you have to follow these rules. Based on these rules, you can implement your APIs. So REST is not a framework. It is one architecture style which will provide some rules how to define APIs they are given. So how here SDLC some phases are there like requirements, analysis, design, coding, testing, release and maintenance. They are given some phases same. They have to given some rules. Based on you can follow rules, you can implement your APIs. Such a type of thing is called as REST. It is not a framework. It is one architectural style. It defines several rules or guidelines to develop web APIs or web services. So అలాగే two ఉన్నాయి architectures. REST, SOAP, two services are there. REST is the best one. By using REST, we can develop web APIs in concise way. most popular architecture to develop web services. Before REST, sir, everyone using in the Java people, all the people are using SOAP based services. Whenever REST came, nowadays no one using the SOAP based service. What it is, I will tell. Now REST is the very popular. Any API you can implement by using REST, Shivkumar. Fourth word, RESTful API. Fourth terminology. So, and first one, API, API, Web API, REST. REST API, RESTful API, RESTful Web Services, all are same. What is this one means? The API which can be implemented by using this REST framework rules. Such a type of thing is not called as RESTful APIs. So, if you want implemented APIs, there are so many ways are there. Without following that guidelines, I have implemented my own APIs also. Then it is not RESTful API, normal API. But I can implement APIs based on these rules, these guidelines. If I implemented such a type of APIs are called as which APIs? RESTful. And without REST, I can implement API. That is, I will show. With REST, how to implement API, both I will explain. The API which is developed by using the REST architecture is nothing but RESTful API or REST API. That is interface between the user and application where the API implements REST architecture, that is called as RESTful API. REST is basically architecture, whereas RESTful API is an API that implemented by the REST. That is the REST and REST API. ఇది REST API కదా. Someone is asking what is fast API. What is fast API? The APIs which are implemented very fast, that is fast API. I will tell what is fast API. Sir, final ka fifth one. ఏంటిది ఫిఫ్త్ది? Our course DJANGO REST framework. What about this one? DJANGO REST framework. Just like how the REST framework which is given by the Django, ante by using APIs I can implement REST rules. There are lengthy code is there. By using DJANGO REST framework, we can implement web APIs very simple. Built-in methods, functions, everything will be there. Just 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, we have to implement APIs. Very quickly, we can implement APIs by using this DJANGO REST framework. In that normal APIs, will take the lengthy code. So, you need to ask about this. It will tell what is DJANGO. Go to the Google. DJANGO REST. This is the official site. All methods, everything complete. DJANGO REST framework. It is DJANGO REST framework is the most powerful and flexible toolkit to build the APIs. DJANGO, whatever technology is there, here also all technologies same. Funders, who are the funders this framework? Installation Python, this DJANGO, how to install REST framework. DJANGO lo, whenever I am create project, installed apps are there. Yes, in this installed apps, you can add REST framework. URL patterns, terminologies, everything same. URLs, views, and we can go to the simple examples. REST framework. Okay. Technology, everything same only. Models, class, query set, serializers. Every technology should be same. Whatever DJANGO ORM we are using now, views, template, models, same technology here also. Total documentation is going to funders, requirements, installation, examples, this one, all are available there. If you want anything extra things, you go to this search. Here you can mixins. What is a mixins? How to provide mixins? Okay. Every technology should be same. What it is? Class based. Manaki function based. Here also every technology same. DJANGO and the rest. So this is the predefined framework. DJANGO REST framework, powerful and flexible toolkit for building the web APIs. It is the most commonly used framework in Python. Internally uses DJANGO facilities, same models, views, templates, ORM. All are same. ఇక్కడ కూడా Same, our DJANGO application you can deploy that process only. This API can integrate it to the project. I will tell all the story. You will get clarity. Dhanush, wait. Sir, for example, yesterday I deployed one project, sunnyjobs.com. Okay, fine. అయితే my requirement is one job is there. That job is day after tomorrow. I assume that 25th interview is there. I have some nearly 2000 students are there. That particular job details I want to send as a SMS to all the 2000 people at a time. How to send? From my DJANGO application nunchi. From the application to I have 2000 mobile numbers are there in Excel file. Name, mobile number, name, mobile numbers. 2000 mobile numbers I can copy it. I have Django application is there. At a time I can send these details and 25th sounds a company entry is there. If possible, you can attend. I want to send message to all the students. There are some SMS gateways are there, bulk SMSs. Suppose Naresh Shetty every time whenever batch start, are you getting messages or no? But at a time Naresh Shetty people are sending 10,000 numbers copied, pasted, send. Message will be going. How it is possible? SMS gateway. మరి మై డీజంగ్ అప్లికేషన్ దట్ ఎస్ఎంఎస్ గేట్వే ఇంప్లిమెంటెడ్ బై జావానో పైథాన్ అనుకోండి హౌ ఇట్ ఈస్ కమ్యూనికేటెడ్ ఏపీఐ ఈజ్ రిక్వైర్డ్ కంపల్సరీ దట్ ఏపీఐ వీ హ్యావ్ టు ఇంప్లిమెంటెడ్ దట్ ఈస్ ద ఏపీఐ మీనింగ్ సో వన్ జాబ్ డీటెయిల్స్ ఐ వాంట్ టు షేర్ టు all the students at a time not possible compulsory you can buy the some SMS gateways must and should. But how this DJANGO application SMS gateway communicate to our Django application? API is must and should required. Such type of APIs we have to implemented. One more best example in around world, entire world, how many people are there? So many people are there. 7, 8, 7, 3, 4 years back విన్నా నేను minimum to minimum 800 crores of people are in the world. 800 అనుకోండి. Sir, these all 800 people directly person to person possible to communicate. అంటే at a place, suppose one person came from the Afghanistan, one person came from the China, one person from Japan, one person from North Korea, one person came from Uganda, one person came from India. Or 10 people at a time I can place. Directly each and every person communication is possible. Some people they don't know English. All the people they don't know English. Some people they don't know English. So what I was doing is, if I am in a position to implemented one API, Japan person to India, India person to China, China to North Korea, every person directly communication possible, then it is very, very easy. But no chance, not possible. Because we know Telugu, some people they don't know Telugu. Everyone telling common language English, but some people they don't know English. Then how it is possible to communicate? That interface, if anyone identify that interface, it is number one. Because all 800 crore people, I want to go to anywhere, I can communicate it to any person. But that type of facilities, no chance. But 70% possible. One English language is there, communicated to common people. But every person means compulsory. One middle person is required, mediator is required. So such type of things we go with APIs. any person to any other person. One common language is required, but common language is not there. English 70% fulfill, not 100% fulfill our requirement. Come to our application story. There is one application is there, Java. I installed in that Linux. I have one more application is there, .NET. I installed in Windows. Different applications, different softwares. One more application is there, Python. This application I can install in Mac. One more application I have, SAP. This application installed in Linux. All are different platforms, different applications. Is it possible to direct communicate one application to another application? Linux application, Python don't know, Python.NET. So compulsory. In middle, one person is required to communicate all these person. That is nothing but API. Ade we have to implement it. Mari Linux ki don't know Python. Python don't know SAP. SAP don't know .NET. .NET don't know Python. How it is communicated? One common language is required. What is that language? Suppose if all we communicate with common language, English. These applications can communicated. One common language is required. That common language is what is the language? Browser understandable language. What it is? HTTP. That is the common language. Suppose I want to send some messages between the application. What is the common message format? Olden days XML, nowadays JSON. This is the common message format. By using this, I can do anything. So now onwards, every day we are sending the text to HTTP response now. Now I don't want to send HTTP response. JSON format. That JSON message can be understandable by Python message, Java, .NET, SAP. అందరికీ common language HTTP. By using these two, I can implement my APIs. Finally, adi concept. If you are attending your the classes, MongoDB, everything in JSON format only, JSON and BSON formats. In case of Oracle MySQL, SQL commands are there. MongoDB lo no SQL. So JSON is the best format. Anyone can understand. Anyone means not human being, applications. Any application, any OS, any person can understandable HTTP language and JSON format. Sir, adi story of API, Web API, REST API and DJANGO REST framework. Sir, now simple one word answers API can be used to access functionality of any application. That is API. The purpose of API is it can be used to access functionality of any application. Second, Web API can be used to access functionality of web application by using HTTP. REST. REST. It is an architecture which provides several guidelines to develop the web APIs. That is the REST. RESTful. The web API which implements REST principles. RESTful API. ఫైనల్గా జాంగో రెస్ట్ ఫ్రేమ్వర్క్. To develop RESTful APIs for DJANGO applications very easily. There are 5 terminologies: API, Web API, RESTful APIs. The main objective of web APIs is interoperability, that is different applications can communicate with each other irrespective of language platform. Any application, any platform can be communicated. That is the main agenda of API. We are using common message format JSON. What is full form of JSON? Hmm? JavaScript object notation. It contains data in key value pairs. అవును డిక్షనరీ కూడా ద వాల్యూస్ ఆర్ అవైలబుల్ కీ వాల్యూ పేర్సే కదా మరి వాట్ ఇస్ ద డిఫరెన్స్ ఆఫ్ జావా జేసన్కి డిక్షనరీకి డిక్షనరీ ఆల్సో కీ వాల్యూ పేర్స్ మీ జేసన్ కూడా వాట్ ఎవర్ దే ఆర్ టెల్లింగ్ కీ వాల్యూ పేర్స్ మరి వాట్ ఇస్ ద డిఫరెన్స్ ఆఫ్ పైథాన్ డిక్షనరీకి జేసన్ డేటాకి జేసన్ ఈజ్ ద ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఫార్మాట్ డిక్షనరీ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో ఆబ్జెక్టే కదా dictionary also object pointing to one reference variable. In Python everything is object, not only dictionary. If you take one function, list, tuple, everything object in the Python. Sayed. So in REST API we will display what is dictionary, what is JSON. I will give clarity. So now types of web services. How many types of web services are there? Two ఉన్నాయి. First one, soap based services. Latest one, REST. When compared with soap based, REST is the best one. That's why no one can use soap based services nowadays. So అడిగితే గిడితే ఇంటర్వ్యూలో maximum the differences of soap REST or what is the soap based REST based. The major problem with soap based is the data parsing is very difficult, heavy bandwidth because it is supported XML format. REST is supported JSON format. అది major difference. అంటే వాట్ ఎవర్ డేటా ఎవర్ సెండింగ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఇన్ ద XML format it is forwarded. A bigger problem in the SOAP based services. But RESTful the data should be passing in JSON format. That is the best advantage. What is the full form of SOAP? SOAP full form. Lifebuoy, Santur, Lux. S means simple O, object access protocol. There are so many protocols are there. Who came from MCA, MSc background, we have one subject is there, TCP/IP protocols, HTTP, SMTP, TCP/IP protocols are there. The problem with SOAP based is your total data will be an XML based protocol. For accessing the web services. It is using different languages. Some WSDL language is there. Such a type of language you are using. Asalo, no one can ask about these things. Suppose I have some 4 employees are there. Employee number, name, salary, address. I want to send all these data. The data should be converted to XML. The problem with XML is, in XML format, any data is there. I want to send one place to another place. More bandwidth is required. But security wise, it is very good. But more bandwidth, network is required, data transferring very slow. How the data in XML means? See this example, the data. Every day we are using employee number, name, salary. Those data I want to send it to another person by using the XML. REST API. Basic session without REST with REST. There could got same terminology. Test app, project, all are same. Project creation. ఇదిగోండి టెస్ట్ యాప్, ఇదిగోండి మోడల్స్, వ్యూస్, అడ్మిన్, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ సేమ్. మనకు కావాల్సినది ఎక్కడుంది? ఎక్కడో ఉండాలి. వితౌట్ రెస్ట్ SQL 3. REST API without REST. Test to manage. With REST C1. ఎక్కడ ఉంటుంది అది? ఇదిగోండి EMP. EMP data can be forwarded in this format XML. Total data. That is XML file. అదిగోండి ఎంప్లాయీ నెంబర్ 100 సన్నీ, శాలరీ ముంబై. సెకండ్ ఎంప్లాయీ 200 సుబ్బారెడ్డి, 15 కడపండి. ఏంటి వేరే పేర్లు వచ్చినాయి? 300 అమిత్ 18 ఢిల్లీ సాయిబాబా. వీనికి పేర్లు కొత్తగా ఉన్నాయి ఇవన్నీ. సరే చూడండి ఇలాగా. ఇంకోండి ఆబ్జెక్ట్ మోడల్ నేమ్, యువర్ డేటాబేస్ మోడల్ నేమ్ టెస్ట్ యాప్ డాట్ ఎంప్లాయీ. ఇదిగోండి నేమ్ ఎంప్లాయీ నెంబర్, ఎంప్లాయీ నేమ్, శాలరీ, అడ్రస్. టైపు ఇంటీజర్ ఫీల్డ్, క్యారెక్టర్ ఫీల్డ్, ఫ్లోట్, క్యార్. ఇలా టోటల్ డేటా విల్ బి సెండ్ ఇన్ XML. దట్ ఈస్ ద బిగ్గర్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఇన్ సోప్ బేస్డ్. అదే రెస్ట్ఫుల్ అనుకోండి, ద టోటల్ డేటా విల్ బి ఫార్వర్డ్ ఇన్ JSON. ఇది JSON. ఇట్ కెన్ బి అండర్స్టాండబుల్ బై ఎవ్రీ వన్. జస్ట్ లైక్ ఇదిగోండి డిక్షనరీ టైప్. యువర్ what is MongoDB? Array of objects, collection of objects, not list. First model one, test app, employee. Primary key, fields, number, name, salary, address. First object, okay? You're going to second object, third, fourth. This anyone can able to understand. That's where REST will become very, very popular when compared with the SOAP. Nowadays, no one can using this one, SOAP-based services. Only everyone using testable services only. Just limitations 840 and SOAP-based web services will always provide data only in XML format. Parsing of this XML data is very difficult over the network. It is very slow. The problems of SOAP-based services. ఇక్కడ only these methods are there: get, post, put, patch, delete. That is only RESTful services. In RESTful services, all the data should be available in JSON format. And again, it is very easy. So finally, the last one. Data in the form of JSON. Hence, this type of web services are faster when compared with soap based web services. Less bandwidth. That is the two services are there.